Our app test file and our app component are both complete, so we're now ready to move forward with our application. In this section, we're going to start working on our comment box component, which is placed inside the commentbox.js file. You'll recall that the comment box is responsible for this text area at the top, along with the submit button right underneath it. So putting this component together is going to be pretty straightforward. Remember, we're going to eventually work in Redux to this application. We haven't added it in just yet, but we will very shortly. So for right now, we're just going to start to put together the component itself. We'll write out a test or two around it, and then eventually we'll come back around and hook Redux up to the component. So let's get to it. I'm going to get started by making sure that I have my commentbox.js file open. Then inside of here, I'm going to replace the functional component that I've created with a class-based component instead. This component is going to be responsible for watching input from a user, and so we definitely want to make it class-based so that we have access to component level state and can easily add callback methods to it as well. So I'm going to delete the entire function we had in there and replace it with class comment box extends React. Component. I was going to say, let's not forget to import component from React as well, like so. So then inside of here, I'll place my render function. I'm going to return, right now, how about just a form tag? And inside there, we'll put down an h4 with the text of add a comment. I'll put down a text area. And I'll put down a div that contains a button as well. And I'll make that button say something like submit comment. I think that's reasonable. And then finally, at the very bottom of the file, I'm going to export default the comment box. All right, so that looks pretty reasonable right now. I'm going to save this file. One quick thing I wanted to point out to you at this point of time is you'll notice now that the comment box component no longer has the text I am a comment box being displayed. It doesn't say anything about a comment box. Yeah, it says comment, but it doesn't say anything about comment box. And so going back to that discussion we were having just a moment ago about making sure that we write our test to make sure that a given test file does not try to make assertions about the inner workings of other components, you'll notice if we go back over to the app.test.js file, we do not have to make any modification to this test file now. Before, it had a reference to the actual contents of the comment box component. But we removed that, so now we don't have to go back and modify our app test file in any way, which is definitely good. Okay, so inside the comment box, I'll very quickly flip back over to my browser and open up the React application. And it looks like I've now got my text area on here, along with the submit comment button as well. So this is a good start. Let's continue in the next section, and we're going to hook up a couple of event handlers to this thing, and then get started on a test around it. So quick break, and I'll see you in just a minute.